everybody! Last week we shared our PCT gear list and it included some new gear. With all of our current gear still usable, we made these upgrades for a variety of reasons, and that's what this video is going to be about.
First up, we have our Hyperlite Mountain Gear Junction 3400s. They're our new backpacks. They're made out of Dyneema composite fiber, so they're almost completely waterproof except for some of the seam sealing, and they weigh much less than our current backpacks at about 2 pounds. So it's about 1.5 pounds less for my backpack and 2 pounds less for Rosalind's backpack. The Junction 3400s have an internal volume of 55 liters and an external volume of 10 liters. So there's more than enough room for all of our gear, and the style of the roll down top makes it so that if there's any extra space, we can easily get rid of it by rolling the top down as much as we need to.
Two pieces of gear that I picked up mainly for the desert section were some buff sun gloves and then a full brimmed sun hat. The sun protection items are very important for me as I personally have a high risk of sunburn and I really want to avoid it, and I also don't want to have to be constantly putting sunscreen everywhere. So these are new for me.
Another piece of safety gear that we bought for the PCT trip was the Gen 4 Spot device. So Rosalind's going to be carrying the Garmin InReach and I'm going to be carrying the Spot device, and it gives us some redundancy in our checking communication and our GPS beacons. So if we get separated, we'll each have an SOS device that we can use. The other thing that we've found is that you can't buy family search and rescue plans. They're generally tied to a single person with a single search and rescue GPS beacon. So we did each need an individual GPS device so that we could both have a search and rescue insurance plan.
I also bought a new sleeping pad, the Sea Summit Etherlite XT insulated pad. It's 4 inches thick, which is 1.5 inches thicker, twice as insulated, and weighs 1/8 pound less than the Climate Static V pad which I used to use. This was an important change because the Static V was too thin and too uninsulated to provide me with a good sleep. I was often cold or had a sore back. With the increased thickness and improved insulation, the Etherlite pad will hopefully be much more comfortable.
To help with wind and noise on the trail, we recently bought a Rode shotgun mic. It's got a 3.5mm jack so it can plug into our phones and should help a lot with wind noise and other background noise while we're filming on trail to help make the audio still pleasant to listen to.
We also got 2 pieces of equipment to help with our cook system. The first is our Sea Summit collapsible tumblers. They weigh about the same as our old mugs but pack down a lot nicer. And then the second thing is we made ourselves some pot cozies. So this will help us heat water up faster as well as keep it warmer longer to help us cook our food faster.
The last 2 pieces of gear we bought are specifically Sierra gear. So the first one is our ice axe. So we use these to help walk along steeper icy surfaces, kind of like a trekking pole, as well as to have them out and handy in case you need to self-arrest. You basically just stab them into the ice and then hold on and slow down. The other piece of Sierra gear that we have is the bear can. So we each have a bear can to hold about 7 days worth of food in if we need to. They are essentially bear proof, and what that does is help keep our food away from the bears. And this isn't done to keep us safe from the bears, it's more so to keep the bears from being habitualized that people have food, which means there's a lot fewer aggressive bear encounters so that the bears can stay wild and don't need to be relocated or put down if they become too much of a problem animal.
That's all the new gear we have for our upcoming PCT trip. We are in the last few weeks before heading out there, so we are getting pretty excited. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can follow along with our PCT adventure. Thanks for watching and have a good week.